There are so many ways life has found to survive in this world. Life is complex and amazing, and it continually surprises us. But there's a wave of extinctions going on right now, and the number of living things is decreasing. It's important that we learn why this matters while we can still do something about it. Let's learn why we should protect nature. Animals have so many ways to survive in the world. They run, swim, fly, and burrow through every environment we can imagine, from eating sunlight to eating sulfur to eating other living things. There are a lot of living things on Earth. We don't even know how many living species of bacteria there are, and there are around 9 million more complex living species on Earth. Those are estimates because we've only described about 1.2 million species, and we can only make educated guesses about how many are left. Humans are pretty new in this system, but we have the ability to work together towards unimaginable changes, and not necessarily good ones. We have collectively cleared almost half the forests in the world. We also lock up resources by planting crops and defending them. And we remove resources from the environment by paving roads and enclosing buildings. Some of these activities are obviously necessary if humans are going to continue living, but when plants and land are removed from natural systems, there are fewer resources left for natural populations. The populations get smaller and smaller. In the same way we can work towards unimaginable negative results, we can also work together towards incredible, amazing positive outcomes. I'm going to talk about 3 different ways that might happen, but there are so many more that we haven't thought of yet. We can save more resources for nature by setting aside protected areas where we, over hundreds of years, leave resources untouched and untapped even if we know they're there. That's a tall order, but we have done it many times before, with beautiful, remote national parks and wilderness zones. We can add resources to natural systems by making space for nature around the buildings and roads we build. I made a whole video about how to add natural space to cities. We can also reduce the amount of resources we use on an individual basis, buying used products when practical, recycling as much as possible, and prioritizing the purchase of reusable and necessary items over single-use and frivolous items. We all live on the same planet. We all have access to the same space and the same resources, ourselves and nature. As much as humans have a right to natural resources, so does nature. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about the world that we live in and why we should protect it. You can learn more about the life on this planet by watching other videos on this channel, and you can subscribe to access more learning resources. Thanks for stopping by this week to learn what makes life awesome.